Where's the chat? Tired but motivated. I like that. Tired but motivated. Grateful. Absolutely. Gratitude. It always starts with gratitude. Hold on, y'all. All right, let's exit this because this is going to start echoing. All right. We are ready. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. We are talking obstacles. Hold on. All right, I don't know why that wasn't paused, but we are talking overcoming obstacles, guys. And I've said this quote before, but I'm going to say it again for those of you guys that have not heard it. Your obstacles will never outlive you. They will never outlive you guys. Okay. So just know that. All right. Grateful. Love it. Keep dropping them. I want to hear how y'all are feeling. Lost but found at the same time. Ooh, that one right there was deep. Somebody on Instagram said lost but found at the same time. That one hit my little chest, right? Listen, let's focus on the found. We're not going to focus on the lost part, right? We're going to focus on the found because that's how we overcome the obstacles. All right. So when we let obstacles become a reality, we're at risk of a lot of things. And I'm going to give you guys a list of things that we're at risk at. And if you didn't know, now you know, right? So constant frustration that success always feels far or gets delivered to someone else. How many of us have felt that, right? Where you're like, dang, how they won the lotto? I deserve that. Listen, y'all, I used to have that mentality a lot, especially when you see like people that of wealth that win the lotto. You're like, but why didn't I win the lotto, right? You're constantly thinking, coming from that mindset of frustration. You have guilt that you should have achieved more, right? How many of us have felt that way? I know I have, especially at this age of 30. This seems like a pivotal age where everyone says you should be at a certain place in your life and all of the things, right? And so, of course, if my life doesn't look like what other people are depicting it should look like, it has become very apparent that I have allowed guilt to overtake me, right? Very perspective. Every obstacle is either God preparing you or protecting you from something. Amen. So we got sadness and overwhelming thoughts that you say you can't do it, which means you stop trying and you fail, right? Because once you tell yourself you can't do something, then that's the truth, right? And have you guys heard that quote before? Like, whatever you tell yourself, that's the truth. That's what it is. If you say you can't do it, then no, you can't do it because you're going to choose that mindset. Okay. And it also puts us at risk of repetitive mental conversations, negative ones, right? Wishing, hoping, not dealing with repetitive mental combos, wishing and hoping. We're constantly wishing, hoping that we could have more, not really realizing what it is that we have right in front of us. Right in front of us, okay? Not dealing with these obstacles in your life can truly have a long-lasting detrimental effect, okay? I mean, detrimental, okay? And I'm just now getting to the point where I'm learning how to crawl myself out of here. Claw is what I meant to say. Claw myself out of what I've put myself in, right? Because it literally feels like a hole. How many of you guys have let one obstacle come over you and then it just seems like back to back to back? I was talking to a friend yesterday and she was having a bad morning, right? And then she's like by the afternoon, of course, I reached back out to her. Hey girl, how are you? How you feeling now? Whatever. She's like, girl, it's like I'm breaking everything. I'm dropping everything. I'm stubbing my toe. I'm all the things, right? And that's what ends up happening. As soon as we decide that this is what our day is going to look like, you are completely defeated. Everything else feels so freaking big. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you guys 6 strategies to overcome obstacles in life and get the success that you want and you deserve. Okay. I want to be the first to tell you guys that you deserve everything that is good. You all deserve everything that is good. And I don't care what no one has told you. I don't care what obstacles you've been faced with. I don't care what your family dynamic looks like, what your grandparents, your parents did. None of that matters because you are deserving. You are deserving. Okay. I love you guys. I had to say that. Ooh, that one like made me a little emotional, but I just want you guys to know that because I so often at some point in my life now that I've gotten to this point where I'm kind of like self-sufficient, I guess you could say, but before I used to want to hear that. And I don't think I heard that often enough to the point where I didn't believe that I was deserving of anything. I felt like I was just deserving of what was in front of me. And like, there was nothing bigger than that, right? Like, okay, I was deserving of the job. I got it. Cool. I'm not deserving of the paycheck or the raise or whatever, right? Okay. So we are going to give you this. I'm going to give you the 6 strategies, guys. If you have a notebook, take them. Take some notes because this is a good one. Jazz, I know you can't take no notes, girl, but take the mental notes. I will drop the notes later anyways. So number 1, listen very carefully, guys. We rarely listen carefully to other people, and we are even worse with ourselves. We are, hey, baby. Hi, Sarita, my little sister. All right. So we're very terrible at listening to ourselves. Honestly, literally think about it. You listen to the negative things, but ultimately you don't listen. If you try to tell yourself something positive, I'm driving, been shopping. Ooh, all right, girl. You automatically don't listen to that. Okay. So oftentimes we choose only to concentrate on the critical, repetitive thoughts rather than everything else we know about ourselves. Right? So let's say you made a mistake at work, right? You start to overthink that mistake so much that becomes your definition of who you are and what you're capable of. Instead of thinking of all the good things that you did to lead you to get this job, to get this position, to what all the customers you've helped previous to that, right? Like it gets so overwhelming and it overtakes us literally, okay? So before we start believing the good stuff, we got to really understand, wait, I skipped the whole step. Oftentimes we choose to only concentrate. I already said that. Okay. Before we start believing in the good stuff, we've got to really understand what we tell ourselves. Okay. So common thoughts is that's just the way it is. Okay. Tupac taught us that, right? That's just the way it is. Things will never be. Listen, that is not just the way it is. That is not the way that we want to think. Okay. I love me some Tupac, RIP, but really and truly, it is not just the way it is. And honestly, if you think about it, for real, like, and I'm not even trying to go there, but I'm gonna go there real quick. Tupac had a mindset, right? And listen, if y'all ever heard, listen, I don't know if you're against him or what, but if you ever listen to this man, he's a smart man. He was a smart man, right? But he had a street mindset. That's just the way it is, right? This is just my life. I'm just going to be a gangster. That's just what it is, because this is what was bestowed upon me. And a lot of us come from that mindset. A lot of us come from that thought because that's what was bestowed upon us. That's what we were taught from generations before. Oh, this is just the circumstances that our family is in. And that's just the way it is. We tell ourselves, I'm not smart enough. I'm not the kind of person that can achieve that, right? So take a moment and think about the thoughts that are free falling through your mind that are less than positive. Think about them. Just a second. Everybody, take a second. What are you thinking in your mind right now that is negative about yourself? It could be one thought, it could be 10. And I know for me, I definitely have those thoughts in my head, especially being an entrepreneur, right? And I want so much for my life, especially in the morning when my wife leaves for work. And I'm like, man, I just wish she didn't have to go to work. I really wish that we could, that we could enjoy our lives. I don't want to work until I die. You know what I mean? And I always go back and think about my father-in-law before he passed away, man. He was just such a hard worker, right? Hard working man. And I think, gosh, do I want to work until I die? Do I want my wife to work until she dies? Like, I don't want that, So I think of those things, but instead of thinking those things, I should think, wow, I'm so grateful that I have 2 homes that we own that are being paid on time, right? Our bills are paid on time. We have a beautiful Christmas tree, a decorated house. We have so many things, but for whatever reason, we like to believe the things that are less than positive in our mind. Okay. So how do these thoughts make you feel? The thoughts that I just told you to think about that are free falling in your mind. How do they make you feel? And what does it cause you to believe is true? Okay. And then what results do you feel are associated with these thoughts? I want you guys to answer these questions. You don't have to do it right now. You guys can save this activity for later. But in experience, what we hear and believe is often the root cause of what's stopping us from achieving more. What we hear from other people, what we hear from ourselves, and what we truly believe. Because ultimately what we're telling ourselves, like I said, we believe it. If we woke up in the morning and we believe that we're having a bad day and you tell yourself that, guess what? You're having a bad day. Okay. So I'm going to give you an acronym, FEAR, right? We have feelings, emotions, actions, and results. If you follow the flow of your feelings, emotions, actions, and results, you can see the true damage your thoughts are having and how they impact obstacles in your life, okay? Remember, your ability to make good decisions, your health, your productivity can be impacted by negative thoughts, okay? Navy SEALs, we all know Navy SEALs, right? Military branch. Their motto in crisis is breathe, not action. Breathe. You would think they're in the military. If there's a crisis, they should act right away. No, they breathe first and then they act. Why? Because breathing, it puts us in a calm state. A calm mindset is essential for overcoming adversity. Okay. If you act right away, which is something that typically we do, right? I know I can speak for myself. I used to, because I'm getting so much better. I'm so proud of myself, but I used to act right away. There was no thought between what happened, the circumstance, and my actions. There was nothing in between there. It was just right away. If my wife said something I didn't like, if somebody said something I didn't like, if somebody beat their horn at me in the street, if someone took my parking spot, like all of those things, right? Guys, hold on, let me do this real quick because I just remembered I didn't pin myself and it's not going to show. Sorry. All right. So I used to be that person, guys. I used to be that person that would act, and it showed in my life. It showed true in my life and the things around me when I let my feelings overcome and become the result. It became the action, and then it became the result of what it was going to be, right? So number 2 is decide if it is a perceived or a real obstacle. Gotta be a Rosario thing, but I'm getting better too. Listen, my cousin's on here and she said, gotta be a Rosario thing. That is our family. I'm telling you, it's a family dynamic. It's something that has been bestowed upon us. And this is something that I say very often, actually. It's a joke that we say in my family. Like my mom is a Melendez, right? So she has a different dad than her siblings. And so does my aunt. So does my aunt and my uncle. They all have the same dad. And me and my cousin that's actually watching right now, we would always say, oh, it's a Melendez thing. Like we get that from the Melendez family. Like, and my sister too, just high-ridden, angry, always yelling. We just can't hold things back. Like we just acting. It just come out so naturally, right? And that's something that we told ourselves, and we believe that to be true. Why? Because it's been bestowed upon us, because we've seen our moms act that way, right? We've seen people in our family act that way, so we automatically assume that's just what it is. And I used to literally say that. Me and my sister used to be like, man, listen, whoever gonna be with us, they just gonna have to deal with it or go, bye. Because again, that's something that was taught to us. We were taught that we were superior. We are alpha females in my family. That's something that's huge in my family dynamic that has been bestowed upon us. And honestly, it's been honored. It's been looked at like, oh, you're an alpha female. You don't take nothing. You independent, which is all good and gravy. But you need to also know that sometimes you got to take it down a notch so that you can see the things clearly, right? Because if you don't see the crisis clearly and you just act based off of your emotions, let me tell you something. Every single time, it's not going to be a good result. Every single time. Why? Because emotions are temporary chemical reactions that happen in your brain. They come and they go. How many times have you acted on something that you felt and then right after you feel regret? Why? Because that emotion is no longer there. It's not as high-ridden as it was when it first happened. But the action is already taken, and now the result is something you have to deal with. That is something that that's a big one. Anyway, so number 2, decide if it's a perceived or real obstacle. Some obstacles take time, perseverance, new skills, determination, and discipline to overcome, and others can be removed in an hour. Okay. When something feels big, we believe what it tells us. If we think we don't deserve a pay raise, the world will reassure us that we are right. Like I told you guys before, if you woke up and told yourself you're going to have a bad day, if you think you're not deserving of being a millionaire, if you think you're not deserving of being successful or having a successful business or being a good mother or a good wife, then you're absolutely right, because you believe that. And that's going to be your reality. Okay. So our minds like to prove us right. Changing a perception can be easier than we think. Ask yourself, what proof do I have this is true? What proof do I have that I'm not a good mom? What proof do I have that I'm not a good wife? Right? You ask yourself if that's true. It's quickly going to put you in position to think of the things that are true. Wait, no, I don't have proof that I'm not a good mom. I don't have proof that I'm not a good wife. Why? Because I might have made a mistake, but look at all the other things that I've done. Look at how I show up. Look at how I show up every single day. One mistake does not define you. And oftentimes we allow that one mistake to define us. It becomes our reality, as I said before. This will help us start to see This will help us start to see that some of our obstacles are actually a lot smaller than we think. And that one right there is a big one, because again, when you're too close to the obstacle, you don't see anything else. The obstacle is it's everything. It literally is like blindfolds to your face. Okay. Because all you see is obstacle. All you believe is you can't get out of your obstacle. And that is your reality, because now your actions do not allow you to move. Okay. So number 3, change your perception. If you want to change your perception of an obstacle, it starts with you. good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I don't know where you're at, but good evening to you. Ask yourself, what do you believe to be true about yourself? What words would you describe yourself as? Write them down. This is another activity. Write them down. Describe yourself in some words. They could be good, they could be bad. Whatever you see, whatever you believe is true about yourself, I want you to really write those down. Thank you. Write them down, okay? Analyze and review this list. Check any words that are positive and cross out any words that are negative. Any words, okay? I don't care if you really believe, like if it say broke, if you wrote broke, cross it out. That's a negative thought, okay? That's a scarcity mindset. So we're blocking that. We're closing that door, okay? And what are you left with? A page of positive reinforcement. A page of positive reinforcement to remind you who the hell you are. You have all these good qualities and you let 3 or 4 or 5 things that you crossed off determine who you are. So you just water down everything else. Nothing else matters, right? So now you're going to have another viewpoint. After you have written your list and you have crossed out your negative words, we are going to ask friends, family, social media friends, how would they describe you? I could tell you one thing. All of y'all, if you're watching me right now, you're strong, you're powerful, you're determined. It's the middle of the day. You could be doing anything else, but you took it upon yourself to be on this call because you knew the importance of getting poured into. You know the importance of personally developing yourself so you could show up as the best that you need to be for this world, right? So that's my descriptive word of you guys, right? So ask your friends, ask your family members, and don't go to the negative Nancy in the family, okay? Don't go to auntie, whoever, that always come into the house with the drama and ask her how to describe you, because she's gonna tell you, you're loud, well, you're this, you're that, right? Don't go to them. But I really want you to go to the people that matter to you and ask them to describe you in a few words, okay? So now we're going to compare your list with the words given. Does it match up? If you lack confidence, you'll be able to justify your negativity, okay? You'll tell yourself, oh, they said all those nice things. They're just be nice. They just said it because they don't want to hurt my feelings, right? You're quick. We are quick to allow, like I said, negativity to overtake us to the point where we believe it. And it becomes our reality. So now all these negative things that you done crossed out already, we already exit that, the first step. You still somehow at the 4th step brought it back and told yourself, no, those negative things, they're right. They're real. These people are just being nice. I'm comparing my list and all these good things that they're saying about me can't be true. There's no way. I'm telling you they're true. You only perceive yourself negatively because you are looking from the obstacle point of view, which is blocking you from everything else that is beautiful about you, okay? So the disparity between what is known about you and what you believe to be true is one of the first tools to fight your obstacles. If you want to fight the things that hold you back, build your confidence. A good level of confidence will help you overcome any obstacle. I don't know what that is. Oh, sorry. Any obstacle, real and perceived. I couldn't read my own writing. That was funny. But guys, confidence, it all comes from confidence. Let me tell you one thing I've learned in the confidence journey, okay? In the personal development journey where I have been able to grow my confidence like there's nobody's business. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, my wife knows the difference, okay? She knows who the hell I am now. Why? Because I set those boundaries now. Before I couldn't do that because I didn't have confidence. So I was like, who the hell am I to set boundaries for me? Like, who am I? What? You know what I mean? Now I'm like, oh no, you go, listen, thank you. You are going to act accordingly around me. And people start to fall off. I'm gonna tell you that for free. People are going to start falling off, okay? I don't know where I was. Oh yeah, people are gonna start falling off, all right? When you start to know who you are and you start to show up as that in every room that you walk in, I'm telling you that confidence right there is going to help you surpass any obstacle. That's going to be one tool that you really, really need. Because again, you're confident in the fact that you deserve more. When I told you guys in the beginning, you are deserving of all things good. But you don't believe that because you lack the confidence. So once you build the confidence, you'll be able to believe that. And when you believe that, you'll start to act accordingly. And you will not let just anybody talk to you any old kind of way or treat you on any old kind of way. You ain't gonna, you know what I mean? And I'm not telling you you're gonna be popping off, but you're gonna know what rooms to be in. And you're gonna know what temperature you like. And if you don't like the temperature, you are confident enough to change the thermostat. Change the temperature in the room. You are the thermostat. You walk in a room, you don't like it. Now you're confident enough to change the temperature. Before, if you aren't confident, you're gonna be like, all right, well, it's a cold in here. I'm gonna get a little jacket. No. Build that confidence. I'm telling you, it's gonna help you overcome those obstacles. Number 4, create new beliefs. Create, so true. It doesn't matter the age, but it took me decades. Listen, same here. I'm 30 and I feel like I have so much to go. I just started. This is a new journey for me. I'm reading a comment on Instagram. So creating new beliefs. Okay. Just like, but right now when my cousin said, it must be a Rosario thing. That's a belief. That's a belief. How many of you guys, I just saw a shadow. In my backyard. Sorry, y'all. How many of you guys have believe these things that have been, like I said, been bestowed upon you? We need to change our beliefs. We need to stop telling ourselves, oh, I was raised in the projects. I'm only going to amount to X, Y, and Z. Oh, I'm this. I'm only going to be, or they're that. I'm only going to be this. No, change your beliefs. Okay. So whether you call it mantras, beliefs, mindset, or attitude, you need to ensure you have a powerful saying in your head that honors your new perception of who you are and what you are capable of before you decide to act. See, because if somebody cut me off in the street and I go off of the belief that I told myself in the past because of my family, because of how I was raised, then I'm automatically going to pop off. But I got to change that. And I got to give myself something in my mind that I can continuously repeat to get me through that obstacle. Monique, you're better than that. Monique, you have grown from this. You are grown. You are too strong for this. You are too powerful to lower yourself or water yourself down to this individual that just cut you off and acted like an ass in the street. It ain't going to help me none. Right. But again, because I believe that I don't need to do that, I'm able to overcome that. Had I kept the belief that I told myself before, or that has been told to me, automatically I'm reacting. That's just what it is. Listen, y'all don't want to see me and my sister. Listen, me and my sister together before, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Now we're a powerhouse, a different type of powerhouse. Before we were a powerhouse that would pop off in the middle of the road. Okay. That's how we were. It was terrible. Okay. But I'm so grateful for growth because here we are and we don't have no more crazy stories to tell. Right. So if you want to overcome an obstacle and fight the difficulties in your life and you only believe bad things about yourself, how likely are you to succeed? It doesn't have to be complicated, guys. It doesn't have to be complicated. It literally is a simple change of thought, which is going to be a huge change in behavior. Do you hear that? A simple change of thought is going to be a huge change in behavior, and it's going to be a bigger change in the results. Right? Because now you're going to take the actions that are aligned with who you believe you are to be, which is a good person, a strong person, a worthy person, right? But again, you have to go back to the belief. So number 5, plan clear goals. It's not enough to think, know, and believe you are a great person. If you don't have a plan, you will struggle every time you're faced with an obstacle. Every time. Okay. You have to have a plan. You have to know where you're going. You have to know where you want to be. And you have to have action steps towards it. Okay. Because what ends up happening is, and I speak about this often, is the reactive to proactive state, right? If you have a plan, you're proactively going towards that. If you don't have a plan, you are reactively living your life based off of your circumstances. So, like I said, you wake up, you spill the coffee, now you have a bad day. You wake up, you're late, now you have a bad day because you're reactive. But if you have a plan, right, if you set your intentions and you're clear about them, then you say, no, I woke up today, I told myself I'm going to have a good day. The coffee fell. Okay, it is what it is. I'm just going to be a little sleepy today, or I'm going to get my money energy, right? Or I'm going to have somebody deliver me some coffee, whatever the case may be. Okay. But we cannot we won't be able to be proactive if we don't have a plan. Okay. So obstacles no. Clear goals will always be your friend in destroying obstacles that come your way. Obstacles that struggle to survive goals. I don't have time. How many of us say that? I don't have time to do this. Or how many of us have heard that? I don't have time. I can't do that. But if you had a plan, I promise you can make time. Why? Because now you have intentions. You're clear about what it is that you're doing for your day. And now you can set time for what it is that you need to do or want to do. Okay. It's that simple, but you have to have a clear plan. Okay. If you want to override obstacles, look at the quality of your goals. Are they clearly defined? Do you have a plan of action? Ensure goals have a tangible steps and measure your results. Okay. Number 6, and lastly, face big obstacles with determination. I am determined. I am determined. That one right there is the one. Like, I am determined. An obstacle that you face, remember we were talking about mantras and beliefs and things of that nature, guys. In the middle of an obstacle, your mantra could be, I am determined. That's it. I am determined to get past this obstacle, because you can, because your obstacles never outlive you. They never outlive you, guys. If your obstacle right now is that you're broke, guess what? It's not going to outlive you. You're going to die and you're going to be broke. It's not going to outlive you. So you have to outlive your obstacles. You have to crush them every single time they come through. How? By facing them with determination, by telling yourself that you can, okay? When you're too close to an obstacle, it feels like a huge wall is blocking the sun. I said that to you guys earlier. When you're too close, the obstacle's right here. I can't see nothing, y'all. I can't see nothing. Don't make fun of my finger. It's still smashed. It ain't growing. No, but seriously, guys, we concentrate on what we can control. We need to concentrate on what we can control. It's not easy it takes practice, but concentrate on what you have and not what you don't have. Concentrate on what you have and not what you don't have. If I'm going to define myself as broke because I ain't got no money, I'm going to stay broke and not have no money. But if I'm going to define myself as rich, even if my bank account says otherwise, I'm going to take the actions because I'm clear about my plan to get there. And I am determined. I am determined. And you can't tell me nothing, right? That's period. So I think So we got to make sacrifices, okay? So to overcome adversities and obstacles, you must make sacrifices. If you're struggling financially, I like to go there because a lot of people are silently, openly, right? And in this day and age, listen, y'all, I went to go buy bacon yesterday. There was no bacon less than $7. I've never seen that in my life. Bacon ain't never been so expensive, but the prices are going up, right? A lot of us have financial struggles, right? And that's an obstacle that a lot of us are facing. But in order for us to not face that obstacle or face that obstacle face first, right? And get over that obstacle, overcome it, is by making sacrifices. Right? So not everything is, oh, I'm going to believe that I'm rich. I'm going to believe I'm rich. I'm going to believe I'm rich. And then I'm going to be rich. It don't work like that. You got to make sacrifices. So guess what, boo-boo? You can't go to Dunkin' Donuts for this week. You can't go to Starbucks this week. I'm sorry if they said that you get 50% off. You still can't afford the 50% off coffee because the damn thing is fucking $18. Excuse my language. Right? We need to learn, because I'm big on this. We need to learn how to sacrifice for the things that we want. Okay, same thing with peace, right? If you want peace, if this is an obstacle that you're facing is that you're always around negativity and you just want peace and you're always having these negative thoughts and all that stuff, separate yourself from the people that you know bring you down. Stop watching the shows and the movies that bring you down. Why? Because there's shows like The Notebook. Stop watching The Notebook if you're sad because you don't have a love life. Don't watch it. Don't put yourself through that. That's real, y'all. So many people like to do this. A lot of people like to glorify, especially because social media, glorify all these lovely, lavish things. But in turn, you're hurting yourself because you haven't fixed your mindset yet. I'm not telling you that, you got to avoid all those things all the time. But right now, in the mindset that we're in, we gotta avoid those things until we could get to a mindset where we're like, okay, I'm deserving of that too. I'm deserving of that. And now I can see it from a different point of view. And I can maybe follow some of the action steps that they're taking to have overcome the obstacle of not finding a love life or not being rich or whatever the case may be. Right? But right now you have to stop. You got to stop. Unfollow all them. Listen, y'all, I just did a purge on my page. I unfollowed 300 people. It was all celebrities and all of the things. Why? Because I don't need to be following them right now. Especially if I'm in a mindset of, oh, I want to be like that, or I want to be there. I want to be famous. I want to, no, if they ain't helping me get there, and I'm going to tell you for a fact, I love me some Cardi B, but I know she ain't posting no positive, she ain't posting nothing that's going to help me get to my goal. Why am I going to sit and glorify all these people when I can't even glorify myself? I can't even have the mindset of I'm deserving. What makes Cardi B more deserving than you? Y'all know where she comes from? I just watched a documentary on her. That's why I brought her up. But literally, y'all know where she comes from? I got so much respect for the girl because she comes from nothing. Okay? She comes from nothing, and she was destined to be nothing. And in the process of trying to become something, she still deals with adversities of people that came from where she is telling her she don't belong where she belongs. And that's going to happen. You're going to have so many people from your past telling you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that. But guys, that's the people you need to separate yourself from. Understand where you are that's putting you in position to fail. For real, for real. And we got to take inventory. And I say that, I don't say that lightly. Take inventory of your life. Take inventory of who you follow, who follows you, who you give your energy to, what you're watching on TV, what kind of books you're reading, all that stuff. I think about when I was young and I'm like, dang, man, I used to read Goosebumps and all those books, Harry Potter and stuff. And I'm like, dang, man, they should have gave me some else. They should have gave me some success books, right? But it's true. We listen, we watch, we read, and we do all these things that are not conducive to our growth in any shape or form. Unless you're trying to be a wizard, then Harry Potter might help you, right? But for real, this has just been bestowed upon us, and it's just natural to us to sit up and watch music videos all day. Listen, I used to watch music videos all damn day. MTV and BET was the only thing I used to watch when I was young. And I still can't shake my butt. So what they teach me? Nothing. Nothing. I still can't sing. They ain't teach me nothing. I was just over there jamming, crying to Chris Brown with like I had got my heart broken, right? How many of y'all sat and listened to Summer Walker's whole album, Adele's whole album? Feeling so sad when you wasn't sad before that. Let me tell you, Adele, the day that Adele's album came, I was in my feelings, y'all. I'm a whole married woman. What I was in my feelings about? I don't know. But again, that's what we do to ourselves. We like to do that. And we like to say it's stimulating. We like to tell ourselves, oh, but Adele, she's the GOAT. Oh my God, I like to live. I get it. Trust me, I love me some Adele, y'all. That's another one. You can't tell me nothing about that one. I love her. And I love her voice and I love her talent. She's so blessed. But I know her music makes me sad. I know that. And it's more and more apparent. It's so crazy. My wife and I were talking about this when we were watching the Cardi B thing. It's more and more apparent that a lot of these celebrities are not what they seem, right? And we know that. So many things have come to light, and it's just so scary to even think about. Like, I'm not even gonna go there, but like, there's so many things that come to light about celebrities that you're just like, what the hell am I glorifying, honestly? You know what I mean? So guys, honestly, we gotta make sacrifices, and that's part of it. Take inventory of your life. Take inventory of your life. Who are you sitting up on the phone with? Who are you texting throughout the day? If you know your best friend is about drama, I understand you've been friends with her for 20 plus years. I'm not telling you to completely cut her off, but you need to show her the way. How? If you are determined to keep people in your life that you know are no good, but you're like, oh, but I know them for so long, then you got to be the change that you want to see. When they call you with that drama, you got to be like, listen, sis, let's talk about something else. You want to know about this podcast that I listened to today? Let me put you on something real quick. Period. Seriously, y'all. That's how it has to be. Or you gotta take inventory and cut it off. Make a sacrifice. It could be a temporary sacrifice. Hey, I gotta do some work over here. It ain't nothing against you. It's a me thing. I gotta do this for me. Either if they love you enough, they're gonna understand. And if they don't, then it just shows true their colors and boom, that's it. They made it easier for you. But guys, we gotta take note of these things. The company we keep, we already know. You're an average of the five closest people you keep around you. So Be mindful, make sacrifices, guys. I hope that you guys got something from that, because seriously, that one right there hit me all the way home. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people had a heavy day yesterday, have been having a heavy month, really, because from the prayer call that I was on this morning, same thing, people are speaking of very heaviness in this month. And it could be the stress of the holidays, right? Everybody feels like they got to pay all this money for all these things, and they got to serve people and other things. Guys, remember what I told you guys, your presence is more important than your present. Your presence is more important than presence. So keep that in mind. Don't let this month be an overwhelming month. Overcome it. Overcome that obstacle that you're faced with. Know that you're way more and you're deserving of all things great. They're coming. They're right there. They're closer than you think. But you got to overcome that obstacle. You got to get over that speed bump to get to that next level. Okay. So that is all I have for you guys today. I don't know if anybody has anything to say. We have 16 chats on here. Love all of this. Definitely got to work on all of this. Gonna need notes. Yes, I will give you guys all the notes. I had to stop watching Tyler Perry movies. Hey, sis, listen, I love me some Tyler Perry, but his movies too. It's a lot of things. But there's some of these movies, like Tyler Perry movies, he makes those movies to teach us lessons. It's like funny and then it's real serious, right? But when you're not in the right mindset, it's not going to help you. You have to be in the right mindset for those things. You got to be receptive to that stuff, because if not, it will shut you down for real. Put you right back in a place that you're like, oh my God, I remember when I lived that life, and oh my God, right? All them things. I know, trust me, I know. So we got to take inventory, guys. That's Tyler Perry, listen, all of those things. Anyways, loves, I love you guys so much. I am so happy to be back, because I feel like I have been gone for too long. It was only one day, but it's because Cherie spoke on Friday, then we were off Saturday, Sunday, right? And then Monday. So this feels like forever. I miss my family. I miss y'all. So I hope you guys took, I don't know if you guys seen in the chat, I gave you guys a self-reflection exercise yesterday. I hope you guys did that. If you did, I would love to hear your feedback. Not here, obviously you guys could DM me. But guys, if you have anything to say right now, go ahead and unmute yourself. Unmute. If not, Sarah, you gonna say something? Oh, I thought you just said. Okay, all right. Oh, she said, wait, hold on. She said,
I can. I love you, and I am thankful for what the hell I heard today, because you already know, boo, a bitch was in it. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, this is recorded. I was in my feels. Oh, my hair, y'all. Anyway, happy holidays to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, you guys, just make the best of this. Don't sit there and stress too much, because I know I've been trying not to stress, and it kind of just happens because I want to cook. I ain't too busy about presents and worry, but we cooking. So I know even just cooking and making meals will stress y'all out, because it's done to your girl. I love you guys, and I miss talking to you guys. I plan to talk to you guys soon. So I'll see y'all later. Thank you, Mo.
Yes, I love you, Sarah. And yes, guys, also let me let you know, if you guys are available, I'm going to do the call on Thursday, Thanksgiving. I have a specific topic that I want to talk about. Obviously giving thanks, right? Something along those lines. And tomorrow's going to be about protecting yourself in that area, right? We're going to be around a lot of family, right? Not me, because I ain't got nobody in Texas, but being around a lot of family and a lot of that stuff, that energy is so important that we take note of those things and be very aware. So tomorrow's going to be about awareness for sure. But anyways, guys, I love you. Sarah, I love you. Jasmine, I love you. Carly, I love you. I can't see everybody right now. Cherie, I love you. Danielle, Shanisha, Liv, I love all of y'all so much. Everybody on Instagram Live, I love you guys so much, guys. Queenspiration is just growing. Like I said, I'm not even paying attention to the number, because I don't work on site no more. I work on vision, and the vision is for this community to be huge, okay? This community to impact many people. So share this call Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. We are on YouTube. We are on podcast, Spotify, and Apple Music. Hey, so guys, share. DM me for any information that you need. We have a community on Telegram. If you're not part of it, make sure you hit me up so I can add you guys to that. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful for you guys. Have a beautiful day.